So we got Randy Villarreal here, who is a Genesis Jiu-Jitsu black belt and my coach. He's helped me through a lot, and I would have the opportunity to help him through something. And so he actually last year was injured in an MMA fight, and he went to the doctor. The doctor said he's going to need surgery, right? And so in meniscus surgeries, the placebo performs about as well as the actual surgery, and so some people might take that and say, maybe it's not worth the risk. That being said, he took a chance working with me. He had some amazing results from it. So tell me a little bit about how you felt before you worked with me versus how you felt after.
So before we started working together, it was actually before my fight. So over a year, just my knee, something was wrong. I could tell. It started training, just trying to lock in triangle chokes.
Mm.
I just felt stretching in my knee. I knew something wasn't right. It was very unstable. Like it wasn't super painful, but it was affecting my movement. So I couldn't like again lock in triangles, take shots. A lot of stuff I need to do in jiu-jitsu, wrestling. So
Felt tight.
yeah, lots of tightness, just a lot of instability, especially the more I neglected it.
Were you
Um,
nervous about doing certain movements and moving around on that, especially doing jujitsu, of course, being so wild?
yeah, it wasn't more nervous. It was more actually like I physically couldn't.
Oh yeah.
Just I didn't have the range of motion in my knee. But then yeah, it definitely started getting more mental to where I was compromised. I had to kind of work around it, but just overall, I was just affecting my game because I wasn't able to move in certain positions like I used to before whatever had happened to my knee.
And so you worked with me. We worked together about 12 weeks, 8 to 12 weeks before, we started to really see great progress and noticed that that started to get a lot better. And so how did you start to feel after we had worked together for a bit?
Oh, I definitely felt a difference. Like even during week by week, I could feel my knee just getting a little more stronger, a little more stable, less pain, more mobility, range of motion. But I would say it was definitely like after 3 months of just solid working with you, started feeling a big difference. I was able to get back to shooting like better than I was able to. I locked in the same triangle choke and I had no pain in my knee. There was still like initial soreness, stuff like that, but for the most part, like 12 weeks later, I was feeling closer to 100%.
Nice. And would you say that you're pretty close to 100% now?
Yeah, definitely. I would say so. Especially for me, the biggest thing I was trying to come over was that mental hurdle. Once you get injured, we doing jujitsu, we always train through it, and but then it starts to mess with us mentally to where our game's not the same. We're not able to move. We're more compromised. Kind of have to change the way we play or roll, and that's for me when I knew I was like, man, this is as close to 100% as I'm gonna get if I'm not already there. Just the mental hurdle was definitely gone.
Yeah, and as a black belt, I can imagine, having to completely change your game based around an injury and change the way you move and do everything could probably be pretty tough to do.
Yeah, definitely. Again, I can't say enough good things about all the work you put in with me on my knee because it made a world of difference.
Yeah, and so now you're out there competing pretty much every weekend, and not just competing, you're smashing, honestly. And not just against guys your size, but you've gone up to all the way up to 190, and you're what, 145?
145, 150.
Yeah, and so that's super impressive that you're able to not just do compete at a high level, at black belt, but you're able to do really well against people way bigger than you.
Man, honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't go through my BJJ string system with you. It made a world of difference. Just even being able to compete, but then on top of it, like I've been testing my knee in certain positions, like to where before I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have been hurt. My knee would have gone worse. There's been times where it's been twisted, like side to side. A lot of the motions I couldn't do before, and it's held up. It's about 100%.
Yeah, I've seen it in a lot of sketchy positions where it's like, maybe like that's a little scary for your knee to be in those spots. And you wonder if it's going to hold up, but it's done amazing so far, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What would you tell somebody who maybe has gone through something similar to you, who is a little bit hesitant about, trusting the BJJ strength system to get them from their injured state to being able to compete again or reach their fitness goals?
So from my personal experience with the BJJ strength system, it is something like I definitely recommend, especially if you're having to deal with surgery. Like for me, surgery was an option. They recommend I get surgery to fix it. I was a little hesitant first just because again, like who wants surgery, but at the same time, what if I do this program and then it doesn't work and then I got to go get surgery? But you're skeptical, just try it out, give it a shot, give it a solid 3 weeks, and you'll start to see a difference in your knee. And the more you continue in the system, you will get closer to 100%.
Awesome. I appreciate that, man. It sounds like you have a lot of confidence in me, a lot of confidence in the system. And so I hope that this is able to help other people just like you with similar injuries get away from surgery and avoid that, because as we all know, it can cause further problems. It can lead to arthritis. It can lead to not even ever feeling better. And so obviously there's situations where surgery is absolutely necessary, but we want to avoid that at all costs if we can, right?
Yep, for sure.
Well, thanks, Randy. And I hope that we will see you back soon.
Thank you, Nick.